Welcome to Week A Graphing Technique. So this is a summary of graphing technique. If we have the functions f, y equal f of x, and we know that it means f of x in this case is the parent functions. So we know some parent functions of in common that f of x equal x or y equal x, y equal x squared, y equal x cubed, y equal square root of x, y equal cube root of x, y equal absolute value of x, and so forth. So it's better for us to know how the parent function look like, and then we just use this graphing technique to figure out how to graph the family of those functions. So we know that if we have add k or minus k outside of the functions, it means it will be translate up or down. So plus is up, minus is down. So it means it will be like affect the y value, so up and down. Alright, so for 3 and 4, we know that we will have plus h or minus h that inside the functions. This is outside the functions. This is inside the functions. So it means it will be opposite. When you see plus h, it means it's go to the left. And when you see minus h, that go to the right. So left and right. This one a little bit tricky, so be careful to memorize that. Then we have the stretching. Vertical stretching is stuck outside of f. So this one is a times f of x. So a factor a right here will be the vertical stretching if a greater than 1. If it's less than 1 but also greater than 0 is shrinking. Okay, now for the horizontal, everything relative to the vertical, it will be up and down outside, okay? It's outside. This inside, so it's vertical. This one vertical. This one horizontal. So it's inside. And we have the factor a. The horizontal stretching will be when a between 0 and 1. Shrinking is a greater than 1. So it's always opposite of the vertical one, right? Of y. So for x, it looks like it's always kind of like not common sense. Why you see it as this? But x will be, you have to be opposite of it. So when you see plus h, you go to the left. When you see minus, you go to the right. And it's opposite with the vertical stretching and horizontal stretching. The a condition of a will be opposite as well. Alright, for number 7, reflected across the x-axis where it's outside. So if you have x-axis like that and then you have the functions look like that, it means you have to reflect it. Just like up, horizontal, up, horizontal is up, and then you have like down here, up and down. Okay, so reflected across the y-axis is when it's inside. Now this one inside, right? And then we have something look like that on the left. This will be reflected on to the right, look like that. So it's left and right. Alright, let's start to practice some questions. So in this question, the y equal x squared, that's the parent function. So it looks like f of x equal x squared. And it's easier to rewrite it with the x inside parenthesis and then it's square outside like that. Now match its equation in column 1 with the descriptions of its wrap from column 2. So we have x minus 7. So it's inside minus 7 that we write right here. That inside. And that minus, so that it will be this one. It translates 7 units to the right. So this one matching with B. Now x squared minus 7, that outside of the functions. That outside. So that is right here, number 2. We have k unit down. So 7 unit down. So B with D. And then we have 7 times x squared. 7 times x squared. 7 is like a constant, so that a times f of x, a times x squared, so 7 times x squared. And 7 is greater than 1, so that will be vertical stretching by factor of 7. So C with E. Okay, now D, that is inside plus 7, so it means it will be translation 7 unit to the left. So D with A. Then the last one, plus 7 unit outside of the functions f of x equal x squared, so that will be translation 7 unit up. That's C. Now for this question, the parent function is q root of x. So A, we have 4 times that functions. So 4 is a factor. outside of the function, so that is 5 right here. And then 4 is greater than 1, so that the vertical stretching by factor of 4. A with E. Okay, now B, we have negative of f of x. That outside, that's 7 right here. So reflected across the x-axis, B with C. Then we have the negative inside, that 8 inside, that reflected across the y-axis. So we have C with D. Then Q root of x minus 4, the minus 4 is inside under the root. So that would be go to the right 4 unit. D with A. Now minus 4, but it's outside, is not under the root. So that will be up or down. And it's minus, so it will be go down 4 unit. So E would be so for this problem, we'll have A to I, and then we're matching with the graph. So let's do A. We have x squared plus 2, so we see that the pair of functions in this case is f of x equal x squared. And the graph of f of x equal x squared is, here is 1, negative 1, here is 1, 1, so that go up like that, here, go up like that, that U shape. So this is outside 2 units, so up and down. Positive mean up 2 unit. So we move that up 2 unit. This one move down 2 unit. This one up 2. So it look like right. This one is up 1. This one is reflect. This one up 1. This one down 1. Okay, so the only up 2 is B. So A with B. Right. Now B, we have minus 2, so it go down 2 unit. Down 2 unit, we have A. Right, down 2 unit. Okay, now C, that inside plus 2 is mean go to left. Go left 2 unit. This is right 2 unit. This is left 2 unit. This also left 2 unit. This is right 2 unit. This is left 2 unit. So we move to the right. We move to the left 2 unit without changing anything else. So G should be the right choice. Okay, so D, we move to the right 2 unit. Only right 2 unit. So D right here. And how we know? So remember the parent functions as always. So for example, in graph A, we move the red down 2 unit. So for B, we move the red up 2 unit. Like C, we move the red 2 unit to the right. Just like that. Similarly for the rest. Okay, so to be continued, we do with E. We have 2 times x squared. So 2 is a factor and it's outside. So that vertical is greater than 1, so that vertical stretching so horizontally, if we have f of 1 is equal 1. Now f of 2 x squared, f1 of 2 x squared will be 2. So the horizontal one will look like this. Now it's stretched from 1, it's double. Okay, so F will go with E. Now F, y equal negative x squared. So the negative is outside. The negative outside that reflected across the x-axis. So this one up and down. Right, reflected so that D now G, we move to the right 2 unit, then we move up 1 unit, up 1 and to the right 2 unit. So H should be the right one. So for the H, we have move to the left 2 unit, then move up 1 unit, to the left 2 unit and up 1 unit. We have E. Okay, the last one is I. We know that let's go to the left 2 unit and then down 1 unit. So in our mind, we always remember the shape of the parent functions like that, and then move the parent functions at the directions of the chain of the functions. So the red one in this case is our parent functions. Like that. So the red is the parent functions. Parent functions. That is the red graph. So the parent functions of this case is x equals square root of x. And how to read the point. If we have a point x comma y, this one tells you is left or right. This one tells you up or down. So for A, plot 3 inside, it means f of x will translate it 3 units to the left. So we have 3 units to the left. The parent functions will look like this. And they move to the left 3 units. Then we have B is minus 3 outside. We have 3 units down. B 3 units down. Only, right? Compared to the original one is the red graph. Then we have C is plus 3, that outside of the functions. This will be 3 units up. C for E. Now D, we have the factor 3 outside greater than 1. So vertical stretching, and it's 3 times. So square root of 1 is 1. But now it's go up here 3 times. Right, so that should be D. D for B. Then we have the negative outside of the functions. This will be across the x-axis. This will be look like that. So the parent functions is like that. Now across the x-axis, you have E. That go with C. Now F, that minus 3 inside of the root. So it will be moved to the right 3 units. And that is A. Now we have x minus 3 inside, so that move to the right 3 unit, and plus 2 outside, that up 2 unit. Up 2, move to the right, up 2, move to the right 3 unit, so that will be G, H. Now for H, we have plus 3, it means move to the left 3 unit, and then up 2, left 3, up 2, that are H, that F, right I will be right 3, and then down 2. So for this questions, the parent functions f of x equal absolute value of x. Right, so we have a minus 2 inside of the functions, so move to the right 2 unit, move to the right 2 units, so that should be f. Now b, minus 2 outside, so it will be go down 2 unit. That looks like C. Now for C, go up 2 unit. Which one go up 2 unit is H. So C with H. Now we have the factor of 2D, 2 times absolute value of x. So that outside, and a greater than 1, so that vertical stretching. And it's kind of look like here, because the parent function graph look like 1 with 1. Negative 1, 1. So the red graph is the original graph f of x equal absolute value of x. Now with the factor stretching, vertical stretching with factor of 2. So from at 1 is go to 2, double. So D with D. For E, the negative outside, that across reflected across the x-axis. Okay, but we have 2 reflected one, E or G. So look at G. We have this one, the original functions. Flip, right? For E, that's 1 go to negative 2. So this one, the stretching, vertical stretching and flipped for E. So mean that should be G for E. Because we have right here is absolute value of x, that the original or the parent functions. For F, that negative inside, that reflected across the y-axis. But remember, we have the v in both sides. So even you flip it, it could be the same shape. But if we say, if I have like the original shape, original graph is one side purple, one side red. Now it's become the red on this side and the purple on another side. That's how we reflected it across the y-axis. And that should look like the original parent function graph, so that would be A. Right now we have -2. That's the negative factor, so we have factor of 2 and the flip or the reflected across x-axis. So that should be E. So H, we have move to right 2 unit, up 2 unit. Right 2 unit, up 2 unit, we have I. Now we move to the left 2 unit, down 2 unit, that B. We can see that this graph D and E, the green part right here is f of x equal to absolute value of x. And then when you have the negative, it reflects over the x-axis. Thank you for participating this week. Review and practice. See you next time.